everyone, and thanks for joining us again for our Sustainable Brain, the weekly session for the brain coach, Dr. Sunita, and I. Hello, Sunita, how are you?
Hello, Christy. It's so great to see you again. I love doing these sessions.
Likewise, and it's it's a warm and beautiful day. I am reminded that Alamo City Golf, it's a city-owned golf facilities, 8 locations around the city, is supporting us today for our Sustainable Brain. So thank you to Alamo City Courses. And they have very kindly offered a discount for mentioning that you saw this ad on the Sustainable Brain video. So mention West SA Chamber and you will get a discount the next time you go golfing.
That is so great. It's so healthy to get out right now and practice social distancing, and golf is a great way to do that.
Absolutely. And I was glad to start that partnership with Alamo City Golf because exactly what you're saying. It allows us to get out with our families. It allows us to do a little something. We don't feel trapped. And when you're looking out at the green, whether you're at Brackenridge Golf Course or Mission del Lago or any one of the other 8, it gives you a sense of peace. And I think in this time of continued COVID, we need that.
Well, and that's exactly, I know we've got someone joining us. One of the things I wanted to talk about, if we had time today, was a sense of peace, and how do we create that? Continuing to talk about what's happening in our world, and how do we stay strong, and how do we stay mentally tough with it? But yeah, I'm really excited about doing this with you, Christy. I've seen this grow, and we have, believe it or not, we have people watching. If you would please send us a comment, because I get phone calls of people saying, I heard a little bit of it, or they saw it after we posted it. Because now I understand Facebook, you can watch something, it goes live, it gets posted, and then you can watch it later. I did not know all of that. Because I'm getting I have questions that if we have time, I wanted to answer today. They're good questions people have been asking me from our previous shows.
Okay, wonderful. Well, then we should get right to our guest. Oh my goodness. So today's guest is Dorian Castro. He is a wonderful friend and supporter of the West Chamber, and he has been in business for many years in the construction industry. Hey, Dorian.
Hello, Dorian.
Oh, wait. Let's see. Now we can't hear you. He's trying to, sorry, everybody. We're trying to get those glitches fixed up, and we'll get that. Okay.
So one of the, while we're waiting, there he is. Okay, they're going to fix it. Okay, great.
Yeah, they're going to fix it.
One of the questions that I got a phone call, actually, they were saying that we touched on a topic, I guess it was a few weeks ago, about, about worrying. And they were asking about what happens. Why does the brain actually obsess? Because if it's not good for us, why does the brain keep doing it? And I thought, as the neuroscientist, I can tell you that, the brain worries to solve a problem, and worrying is not always bad. Actually, worrying is our brain's way of figuring something out. Now, when worry becomes a problem, because this was the question, was why does the brain worry? So worrying is good. It's not always bad. But when it becomes obsessive, that's when it becomes an issue, that it can actually deteriorate our decisions. But I wanted to answer that question, and if we have time, we'll get back to that. Do we have our guest on? Is Mr. Castro on?
Let's see. We still can't hear you, Dorian. We can see you. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that, everyone. I mean, Dorian is very interesting and definitely has a lot to say with, I do want to, while we're kind of trying to fix this, and poor Veronica has the burden of trying to be our tech person. So Dorian has always had that very strong fortitude. He has always worked very diligently, been a great salesman, a great leader, and has balanced, you know, being social, being healthy, always working out, and having a family, supporting them throughout everything. And then just always wanting to do more and give of himself and focus on his faith, which I think from the years that I've known him really ties everything together in that today's topic, which is truth and resilience, and allows us to keep moving forward.
It really
So
does. So I know we're still figuring that out. You know, he as a younger business owner, I'm just so glad to see this generation, Christy, this younger generation. They really there's I would like to give them some kudos because they are natural entrepreneurs. I don't know if you notice the younger generation in their late 20s and early 30s, they really are. I'm excited to see that they're not just about the paycheck, they're actually looking for fulfillment. Have you seen that? Do you notice that?
yes, absolutely. We need to not give the millennials so many issues, because they are really kind-hearted and they're brave in their, it's just a different way. They are very focused on charging forward. Let's see, Dorian, can you hear us? Maybe you'll give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. No.
Yeah, he can hear us. We just can't hear him still.
Oh, I'm so sad.
So let's just talk about him.
Yeah, we'll talk about him the whole time.
No, but these
No.
millennials, what we were talking about is these millennials, they are natural entrepreneurs. Now, I can tell you at the university level, entrepreneurship is a very big topic now. It is entire universities are dedicating curriculum. And the other thing they're dedicating curriculum to also is being social entrepreneurship. Have you heard about that? And I think it's because of the millennials.
Yeah, no, tell us a little bit more about that.
So social entrepreneurship is a huge growing trend. And I want to say we're talking about Harvard has been talking about this. Berkeley University and their School of Businesses has been talking about companies that solve problems. And if you Google it, the last 2 years, you can actually see companies that are rated as cause-driven organizations. So you have your S&P 500, you have the most profitable corporations, but now they're also gauging companies that are cause-driven or solving a problem. So it's called social entrepreneurship, where it's not just profit versus service, it's actually making money in a service. And what we're finding is that 600% more profitable, 600%, if the company has a cause, or what you and I talk about, which is a purpose-driven organization. So 600% more profitable. And they're saying that purpose is the new profit, right? Purpose is the new profit. And this is also forcing the workforce to engage when they feel like their company has a purpose. What are you seeing in that?
No, I definitely see that without knowing about this. I mean, I see that definitely in everything that's going on. I think Dorian is with us now. Let's see. Are you there, Dorian? I know he's on the phone. Hello?
He can join us via phone, perhaps.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do right now. He nixed the video and he's trying to join us by phone. Oh, I really wanted everybody to get a feel of, Dorian's point of view. And we might have to just repeat this with Dorian.
No, that would be awesome. You speak so highly of him. And I think, when we're talking about millennials and talking about how they're actually very interested in being part of a cause.
Yes.
And I think because our show today is about resilience, and when we talk about how to be more resilient during these times, it really is, the evidence shows, and it's not just Christy and I are idealists. The research shows that the brain will stay engaged if it's got a mission or purpose bigger than itself. When it only is about a monetary compensation, it's usually not enough. Now, some people argue that yes, money is enough, but usually it's what money means to you. It's not just a paper thing, because that doesn't mean anything. What do you think about that, Christy? What do you think about the perspective that people engage when it is bigger than about themselves? Oh, there he is. Is he here?
Let's see. Can you hear us, Dorian? No, we can't hear you. Oh. I know.
We'll definitely have to get him, because I'm excited.
Yeah, because I know everybody is wanting us to stay on topic with, our truth and resilience. And when you just mentioned that, Sunita, it makes me think of when I was younger. So thinking back to all the news with the wolf on the
Hello?
wolf. That's a movie. Dorian, hey.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, finally. I can figure something out here. Okay, I don't want to look. Can you hear me now? Good?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Oh my God. Such a headache doing all this. I'm sorry. How's everybody doing?
Okay. Doing well, Dorian. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank God. I'm actually here at the grotto right now. I know you can't see the background, but I come to give thanks because, every day is a blessing that I wake up healthy. My lungs are healthy. My baby's healthy. And, work's going good. I just can't be, thankful enough because of all the stuff going on. And with all the COVID and all the negativity on Facebook, it's unbelievable. And, I had my friend's mom just pass away yesterday. And it hit home pretty hard. I have three cousins actually who passed away from COVID early on when it first started here in San Antonio. So that was like last month, the beginning of last month. So it's scary. We don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring, but all we can do is just keep ourselves healthy and just move forward and give thanks to the Lord every day.
So Dorian, tell us, is that really what has your faith and being healthy and your family, is that what's been keeping you focused, kind of, eye on the ball type of thing?
Absolutely. I wake up every day and I look into my daughter's eyes, and she's 2 years old. So she's innocent. I gotta be strong. I gotta be strong for her. Whatever, I have my ups and downs, don't get me wrong. It takes a toll on everybody. So like just being, with all the negativity, everything going on, I know I have to be strong for her. Me going into the staying active in the gym, keeping my immune system up. I don't, I'm starting to eat healthy, so that I got all the refined sugars, all the fats, and all everything under control. That was a good thing because my diet was getting bad for a while. But we all fall off every now and then. But everything's on point again, so I'm very happy on that. I feel great. So it's keep me going. And work wise, it's been a blessing because we have work right now. But it's slowing down. With everything going on. Customers are dropping off. There's not enough money. and I understand it's hard for everybody right now. You know, people's families are getting sick, their loved ones are getting sick, they're in the hospital. It's just, I pray for an end to this soon. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dr. Sunitha, did you want to ask Dorian anything?
I did. Dorian, it's
Hi,
so
Steve.
great.
How you doing?
It's so great to meet you. So what we've been talking about is what allows us to be resilient. And today's topic is about resilience and truth. But what allows you, I mean, it's obvious to me you've been through so much. What tools do you use to be able to overcome and continue to go forward with your brain and decisions? How do you make decisions?
You know, I meditate every morning.
That's awesome.
Before my feet hit the ground, I thank God. I honestly give him praise. I also listen to a lot of you know, motivational speaking on my YouTube. I put it when I'm getting up. That's the first thing I put on. I start praising. Then I start, you know, manifesting. I manifest a lot. Every morning I say my daily manifestations. I thank God for everything, and you know, I just make it seem like today's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a good day, and I go forth with that attitude. I do have bumps in the road, like I said, because it's life. It happens, and sometimes I'm like, wow, it hits you, it blindsides you, and I just got to remember that there is gonna be a way out of it. You know, it's hard sometimes, but you just got to rely on yourself and you got to meditate. I take a step back and I kneel down and I'm like, I give it to God. And I know I'm strong inside because I've been through so much. So I say, you know, you got this, Dorian, you got this. So it's it's about a self-motivation talking to myself and what I learned from these videos as well. And from people like you, you know, that, you know, you're out there, you're very motivational. I remember I met you at a Vietnamese restaurant it was off of, was it Fredericksburg Road? I met you with my friend Sergio, and I met you also through Carlo. And yeah, your aura, the way you talk to people, the way you present yourself in a positive way, and I've listened to that, and it inspires me.
Thank you so much. So what I hear is that you do a routine, you have rituals and routine.
Absolutely.
Yes, go ahead, please tell us.
Absolutely. Every day, it's a ritual. I write down everything I do. It's like it's a script almost. I get up and I try to plan my day as best as possible. You know, I have interruptions. You know, I have things that come up that it's unplanned, but I try to stick with the guidelines. I have my workout routine that I do religiously. So that's another way out of my stress and my outlet. Because, you know, even though I don't feel like doing it sometimes, I make myself do it because I know at the end of that exercise, I feel so good. My endorphins are kicking in and I feel so good because, I mean, there's times that I've actually laid in bed and I'm just procrastinating and I'm like, I don't want to do this. And I just have to kick myself in the butt. And I'm like, you know what? Get up. Let's go. Let's go. Because there's always excuses and people use excuses for everything. And I don't want to be that person anymore to have an excuse, a poor me, or I'm tired, or, you know, everybody's tired. Life takes a toll on everybody. But, you know, I got to get that mind frame out and just like, you know what? Let's just make things happen. I'm a doer. I got to make things happen because if not, then I'm just going to be stuck in the back with everybody else. And it's going to be nothing but negativity on Facebook. And, you know, I see these rants all the time. It's like, why don't you just do better, like, for yourself? I don't understand, you know. They like to damn the world. And I just don't get it. I don't know why people like to live like that in such a misery. Like, I know life happens. It's tough, but we're overcomers. And if you have the proper tools, you can overcome anything.
Absolutely. And Dorian, just to kind of equalize things for our audience, I mean,
right.
And you talked about some of those down days. You have days where staff just up and quits and they want to go do something else, and you're left
Absolutely.
holding the bag.
Absolutely. You don't even get a phone call. You just get a no-show. And you're like, what happened? And you're calling these people and they're not answering their phone. They reach out to you that I'm a good worker. I want to work. I need to make money. I have a family. You hear everything. And you give them the opportunity, you give them the benefit of the doubt, and they show up one day and they work and they never show up again. I'm like, what's going on? Is the work too hard? Tell me. I mean, talk to me. We can put you on something else. We can move you around. We can work together, but we got to communicate, because there's no communication. It's just going to be like it's lost. And then after that, they're calling back a week later. Where's my check? I'm like, what, for your 3 hours? I don't understand. You want a check for 3 hours? I'll give you a check, but the only way you get to communicate is when they're they're looking for their money, and it just baffles me sometimes. I'm just like, wow. People, these times and days, from what I see, and it's just people want everything free. I don't understand that. It's a sense of entitlement that they have, and they use all, like I said before, excuses, and it's a sorry excuse. It's bad. They don't have the work ethic like I was brought up with, like my father. Get up and work for your family, provide. Both men and women. I see a lot of women. I see a lot of women taking the upper hand, and I'm like, wow. A lot of women these days are the money makers, and they're the ones making things happen. It's like a reverse role, and it's like I got to give my hats off, because just like you, Christy, you stepped in and you took over. I love seeing stuff like that. It's beautiful.
That is
Thank you,
awesome.
Dorian.
One of the things, and Christy, I know we're almost out of time. Dorian, we need to have you back on, because it feels like
absolutely
we just didn't get enough of you. But one
of the things I would love to be back on.
Yeah, and what I'd like to do, Christy, if we can, I'd like to feature a whole show on the why. It sounds to me the difference between Dorian and someone who comes to work for 3 hours and doesn't. It's a clarity on why they're doing what they're doing. I've got a lot of business owners that are talking, everybody knows Simon Sinek. If you don't, look that up, the golden circle. But when you know your why in the brain, it actually motivates you subconsciously. But what I'd like to do, Christy, if we can, I'd like to have Dorian on, maybe another business owner, and let's talk about what is the why? How do we know the why? Because it really connects the front of the brain to the back of the brain, and it motivates us to action. So Dorian, what I'll do is I'll get a contact number, and I'd like to work through your why with you. Let's get that stated, and let's share it with people, and then we can help people find that. How do we be in action? How do we isolate our why? Because I think, Christy, that's the differentiator. That's real resilience, is when we know why we do what we do.
No, absolutely. And what Dorian is saying is a reflection of what a lot of business owners are going through right now. They're upset with the employees that are quitting because they're getting more money on unemployment. They're upset and frustrated because of the government regulations. Do this, don't do that. And it's kind of like, wait a minute, let's have a clear path for our business owners, and let's not change that, because that's what we need, is routine to be able to share with our staff. So that's a big deal. Dorian, you were going to say something?
No, you're absolutely right about people making more money right now on the unemployment with that that extra $600 that's kicked in. It's so funny you're just talking about that, because I have a friend who just bought a car with nothing fancy, but he saved up $3,000 to get a car with his unemployment check. I'm like, you don't miss work. I'm like, he's just kicking back and relaxing. I see people taking advantage of it. I understand. It's hard for me to grasp that, though, not working. I'll do anything, and I'm as humble to flip burgers. honestly, I'm a worker. So for me, I'm humble enough to go out there and do whatever it takes to work.
Mhm.
If it comes down to it, would I take the unemployment? If it comes down to it, I have to, of course, to support my family. But other than that, I'd rather work. No matter what it is, I'd rather work.
Yeah, we need to be out there with the public. I feel the same way. If the chamber wasn't around and I need to go work at a retail store, or I need to go do something, I will, because that's what's
Oh,
important. And
absolutely.
we're there to help solve problems.
We're the problem solvers, and we're the people. I love to give people motivation. I love to give people, tips on exercising and getting them in a better place. It's all about, like you said, in the mind. Subconsciously, we hear bad things every day, so it stays in your subconscious mind. And with that said, it's like when all you need to hear is one thing negative, and it starts eating at you. And once that goes, you got to get that out of your mind, because subconsciously it'll take over, and that's when we begin to fail. It's because it's your train of thoughts. We were always brought up as the negative, and I come from Hispanic family, so it's it's a lot of negativity, the brujeria, this and that, and I'm like, wow. It was just the way I was brought up, but it's up to you as a person to educate yourself and to know how the brain works, and how the subconscious mind attacks you and makes you fail at things. It's very important to get out of that mindset and that poor me, because it's all about you. It's all about what you want to make of yourself, literally.
Yeah. No, absolutely, Dorian. And I'm sorry that, we've run out of time, but I would like to give you
Yes.
just a little bit, a few seconds to give the community just a parting message. Our listeners, what would you like to tell them as we go into the July 4th weekend?
I just want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. I know it might not be as, with the popping fireworks, big crowds, and big gatherings, but, let's make the best of it. God bless you guys all. I wish you health, prosperity, and I just want everybody to know that we got to stick together, because we're in this together. Please wear your mask. It's not that hard, please. It's bothersome, but protect the person next to you. Think about the kid. Think about the elderly. We're gonna get out of this. But we got to stick together, and we got to do our part.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Sunita. Please send us off with a parting message. Also,
we are isolated. We're supposed to practice social distancing, but we're not alone. It's so great to see that people are like Dorian out there, and there's others. Connect with them, like-minded people. Find other people that are looking for answers. You're not alone if you're looking for answers, and we'll find answers together. This is your brain coach, and I will get in touch, because I really do think what we've got in Dorian is a very clear why. And that is, so he's talked about avoiding negativity. He's talked about a lot of things, but I think he's plunging forward because of some clarity. And Christy, I really would like to focus on that maybe in the next couple of shows, but I'll talk to you about that. Thank you, everyone. I've actually got to get on a call. I've got an emergency with a client who's having a little bit of a breakdown.
Thank you so much. It's been a blessing. Christy, I got to catch up with you. Let me know when I can go visit the office. I'd like to talk to you.
Okay, absolutely, Dorian. Thank you so much for everything.
All right. Thank you. Y'all be careful. God bless you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
You too. God bless. And everyone out there listening, thank you so much. As you can see, we have a lot going on. And I want you to know that the West San Antonio Chamber is here for you. As you can see with Dorian and Dr. Sunita, we're all coming together. People that are like-minded to try to focus on the good, the positive, keep our city moving. We are in a time that we are trying to recover. And with COVID in an upswing, or even if you don't believe in COVID, there is something going on out there, and we need everyone's cooperation to wear your mask, clean up, wash your hands. And if you can, please stay home. We've got more information in our newsletter and on our website. So please reach out to us. Don't do this alone. We can all help you. And Dr. Sunita is here to help you too.
And I'm still answering calls. I'll talk to you later, getting back on the call. I just wanted to say
thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone out there. We'll see you soon.